Well, we're going to find out where this is going to take place, and we're going to do that using the map veto system. Start off with Coastline and Clubhouse automatically banned. We'll just go ahead and fire off these bans one at a time. Coastline? No. Yeah, no, it's auto-banned, so it's Villa. Again, we got a repeat.
Well, all right. I'm perfectly cool with going into yet another Villa matchup. And again, like we were talking about before, EG has a decent amount of comfortability on this map, but once more, one of their favored maps. And it is actually the case for Soniqs as well. It's a pretty comfortable pick for them. So I think both teams, once again, are going to be happy with what they ended up with here. We don't have any sort of weird mismatch like we had with the last game in SSG's case.
Yeah, well, I mean, something was going on there with SSG.
Yeah.
You got to imagine there's something that behind the curtains that we don't know about that's going on with them.
Yeah.
So. But that was last match. Here in this match, I think most of us know what's happening with these two teams. We've already explained it all in the pre, and anything that we didn't is easily accessible on the internet. So what do you guys think? Who's going to win based on all that information? Based on what you guys know, who's taking this?
And that is a resounding 87% of you going with Evil Geniuses for this one, 9% going with the Soniqs, 4% of you guys are thinking this one's going to end up in a draw. So.
I am shocked that 4% of you think that it's going to be a draw. That's crazy high. I'm also totally, absolutely blown out of the water that it would be 87. Wow, crazy. Yeah, no, Evil Geniuses are the favorites for these this one. We've already been through that. And we're going to go ahead and load into the match. We're going to see what's going to come of this. We're going to see what the Soniqs have to show us. I can only hope that they play with this kind of reckless abandon that sometimes can give you an edge. You know, we've seen teams like that on the back foot before. Just play like, hey, we're going to take fights. We're just going to do it. We don't care anymore. And sometimes that can actually work out really well.
Yeah, it's Siege after all, right? So if you try to play into like this unpredictable playstyle, that oftentimes can work into your favor, as this game is in a large part about trying to figure out what your opponents are doing and how you properly counter that. If you play unpredictably, if you make yourself, unguessable to your opponents, then that's one way to win, and that's something that teams started to pick up on actually and started to use quite effectively over the last year or so now.
Jackal Band, Nomad Band, and you can bet the chat is going to be one of the most entertaining parts about this match if history upholds itself. Maestro, and out as well. Probably going to be a Mira. Super is just as shocked as all we are that Maestro has been banned out, and that Mira is banned out now. Oh.
Let's see. Where's the reaction to this one?
Come on.
Come on. Oh, nothing.
No, nothing?
Disappointed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we get this. We're getting the same. This is obvious bans here.
Yep.
Like this is actually the same bans I think we had on the last.
Pretty sure it's identical to the last match.
So,
like same order as well.
Yeah, same order, different teams obviously, but same operators. Okay.
And there you go.
Well, it's a complete mirror of the last one, just different teams.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. All right. So Sonic starting on Aviator Games. Are they going to go to Kitchen second? Maybe.
Let's see. It seems NA changed the meta overnight. Just didn't tell anyone.
We'll see.
It's like, oh yeah, everybody plays downstairs now.
Maybe it was just those two teams, man. I don't know. I mean, Kitchen's always been a good site, right? Like Kitchen's a comfortable place for people to go to. Everyone. No one's ever really thought that ill of it, but it's just usually been that Trophy is that secondary site, and Trophy has been, again, pushed to a corner. You know what it might be? It might be because in the last match, and now in this match, we're not seeing any hard breachers banned, or Thatcher, or anything really to slow down the master wall getting opened up, which is so relevant. If you've got a Maverick, a Thermite, and a Thatcher, and even a Habana if you want, then that wall gets opened up. You can't stop it.
So with that much freedom given to the attackers, that might explain why we've had a bit of a different site play. As far as this one is concerned, though, everything on the setup from Soniqs is going to be pretty straightforward here. So we're going to have those usual reinforcements put all around the site, and the focus on pinning them out over here towards Astronomy.
All right, so a roam by master side, it is on the master side. It's on the north side of the building. Being set up by Goddess. She's going to have some barricades there to support her flank so she can retreat if someone tries to take her from Astro. So with the Yokai drones, I'm sure she's got one of them set up for information on the hallway so she can not get cut off. Though she has actually been already cut off by that window being opened up, and she's going to do a little bit of damage to Modiga, who's just trying to cross. He'll make it past, though. Not unscathed, but definitely alive and able to still inflict damage on his opponents. looks like it's going to be a clear underneath study to start things. It's pretty standard, if we're being honest.
Yep. Everything playing into what we expect right now for EG, and that will probably continue to be the case, at least for this round.
Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again every time I see it. It is definitely a pleasure to see NBK back on Ashe. He was one of the original Ashe mains, and if he can make this work for him, then, that's fantastic. But it's not a guaranteed ticket to success, that's for sure. The game's changed a whole lot since the beginning. We'll see if he can make it work for him.
We do have Young moving in with the Necrox now to be able to take control of Study. Claymore will go down at that main door entrance. They won't find it the easiest task in the world, though, to be able to get these walls open. As you can see, quite a bit of damage already been done to the floorboards there, which will open up the possibility for Soniqs to cause some problems here. But as we're seeing, not much of that roaming presence really alive anymore for the Soniqs. They've fallen back and basically have all 5 players on anchor or are just roaming in that back hallway right up on top of red stairs. So EG have everything they need to move in. They've got the wall open leading into the site as well now, and they'll be clear to execute relatively soon.
So Modiga pushing up the staircase, and once again, somehow he remains alive after an engagement. He's the only one to see any engagements on his team, though, thus far. Nice angle there from Super, and he takes down Necrox, who's trying to play a prone angle, though Super gets over-aggressive in the west hallway and gives himself away. Meanwhile, Goddess on the roam has been dispatched by NVK, so Evil Geniuses have a man advantage, despite the gunplay from Super. Only 45 seconds left to make this happen, though. And they're all very lit up, except for Young, who is on full HP. So, Evil Geniuses, more guns, about the same amount of HP overall. And Neptunes is going to actually take that decidedly into his team's favor as he takes down the full HP Young with a headshot. Avian trying to hold onto the red staircase and maybe get a pick over by the hallway. Neptune's double kill for him in the site from Gunvault. He just triple kills on the breach. Nobody can get past him. And MVK will get one down on the red stairs, but he's only got a little bit of HP left, and he needs to find 2 more. If he wins it, it'll be a 4K, but he's got 5 seconds to make that happen. It just doesn't seem likely. Rotating over to the west hallway. He'll go for the push in through the door, and he, doesn't have time. It'll be the final kill, though. At least he doesn't save the KD right at the end. Ghost gets that one, and Soniqs start things off the first round.
So, great start here for Soniqs. EG seemed to have what they needed, including an early wall breach along with great access and everybody lined up for an execute into the site. Unfortunately, though, on trying to wrap around, take control of the 90 run-up, along with actually trying to get into the site, the trades just did not favor them, taking a lot of duels that ended up not going their way, and Soniqs was able to hold at the end of it to take control of the first round. They will shift over to our normal second site now, the Trophy Statuary. No surprises, at least not this early on, from Soniqs on the site choice.
Yeah, nothing's crazy. Not like what we were seeing with Kitchen earlier in the previous match. So, we go to the standard for the Soniqs. They didn't do anything too crazy there. Super was way, way over-aggressive in that west hallway. But it didn't cost his team, because he managed to get a pick before he did that, so he refragged himself. Okay, that was weird. He refragged himself in advance, and that's the most important thing.
Did you hit your button, or?
I did bump my button.
Okay,
because I wanted to finish the sentence and then hit the button, but I accidentally. I got it. Yeah, I did the opposite.
It's all good. All right, so once again, setup is going to be relatively straightforward on these 2 sites. You've got that master wall lined up. You're going to leave 1 panel soft here on the astronomy wall leading into the B site. And that will allow for a bit of a rotate for whoever ends up playing behind the desk.
Looks like Avian needs to open up that rotation. I'm sure he'll get on that. The shotgun. Soniqs have just 3 anchors right now. Some offsite presence, lots of information. Pulse, Valkyrie, and an Echo. So this is the information lineup here for the defense for the Soniqs. Evil Geniuses. I'm not sure where they want to attack yet, it looks like. Maybe a Master Take? They are sending their Habana Thatcher here, but they also have some roam clear over on the south side. It could be successful. I mean, if Modiga and MVK drone for each other, then I think that could be really good, to be honest. It has so far seemed like Modiga is the young blood that was necessary to to generate some energy in the team. And it seems like it's invigorated everybody else, because it's not even him individually playing well that's made EG look good in the second half. It's mostly that everybody else just seems more focused. Speaking of, Modiga is going to get the leadoff kill. MVK will follow it up, and he has moved into Aviator to try and find the, maybe, I guess, what he assumes to be the last roamer, what is likely last roamer. I think we've got all three of these defenders near sight, though, right now. C4 goes out and misses.
A nice quick slide repel there from Gio is going to be able to save his life.
Yeah, good reaction time from Gio. You got to hand it to him. Now, he did eat a lot of damage from that C4, but he's still in the match, and that's all that really matters.
Especially considering that he's on the IQ right now, and we do have Yokai's in play with Echo alive, although never mind on that. Goddess just goes down, ends up running right into NVK. Neptune's, however, the savior of last round in some respects, is going to try to do it once again here, but unfortunately he's going to be the only one left standing. Already, however, finding a second kill, and now bringing this down into a 1v3 situation, trying to find his third, but it won't work out, and EG shut it down.
All right, so early picks for Evil Geniuses. No response from the roamers. They're shut down immediately, actually within a second of each other. Following that, there is just 3 anchors, and they can't make anything happen. The C4 misses. Goddess is playing a really questionable position, just kind of standing in trophy. Don't know what she was thinking there. Not sure what the plan was. She gets picked off really quickly, and then following that, there's less than no site control. So it's a forced retake by Neptunes, who was playing actually off-site. And then he comes in from the hallway, gets 2, but from there, I mean, it's a 1 versus 5, essentially. So,
yeah, good luck.
It's done, yeah. Evil Geniuses are not going to make that mistake, and MVK hit the final nail in that coffin. It was a really, it mostly just came, the real root cause of that loss there for the Sonics is the roamers dying early. Super early, with nothing to show for it.
And so despite that loss, though, we are going to see the Sonics reattempt the same site, not feeling comfortable to rotate to either kitchen or living room just yet. Unlike our other 2 teams from the previous matchup, they'll make one more go at this one. Quite one-sided, though, in terms of the results, so that'll be a bit worrisome for the possibility of EG to pick up just a second run here. We'll take a look and see how exactly Sonics are going to look to adjust their own strategy as well here. But it's not looking like much is changing here for the most part.
10 seconds to go.
No, it's been pretty much the same setup overall.
Yokais are in pretty much the same exact position as last round as well.
Curious to see how many roamers we have, though. I think we might have a few more light side presence right now, but of course it's still early. No, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Neptunes is here instead of being over in the hallway where he was last time. We do have the same roamers. It's all the same setup. It looks like Sonics have their default, and they're running it, and that's that.
Meanwhile, NBK is going to start to work his way in once more here through the art studio and start to clear things out. Most importantly, look for that roaming presence if he can find it. Drone work is being done in the meanwhile to try and track out players like Ghost, who did pull back a little bit. More so than anything, kind of watching out for presence on the inside of that window. And now Modiga is also going to move forward to group with NVK as they push through Piano.
This worked out great for Evil Geniuses the last time they did it. They had the duo room between Modiga and NVK, and they got 2 kills off of it, one of them each. And they didn't even need a drone for each other, but they made it happen. They were holding the right angles at the right time. This time, they haven't managed to get anything, but we're only a minute in, and there's still a lot to clear. There is a roamer in the basement right now for the Sonics. Evil Geniuses are going to have to deal with that, of course. Gio, great angle here on the Astro window. Could affect a lot of change. He's got to be wary of those C4s. MVK, there you go. He takes down one of the roamers on Astro stairs. There's actually another roamer underneath him, but he's going to put a lot of damage on the Goddess and actually down her in sight. And Modiga gets the other roamer with a knife kill. What a reaction from Modiga. Neptunes will get 1. Yet again, it's Neptunes against the world. He's going to have to ace, and he's on a sliver of HP. What just happened to this round? It's gone. Goddess is on the floor, so again, it's okay. It's an Ash charge from NVK to take down Neptunes. It's this weird match so far, ladies and gentlemen.
Great little replay there at the end, though, from NVK. Always fun to get the round ending cam on an Ash charge.
Yeah.
As, yeah, I mean, EG just executing his Sonics didn't really change anything for the most part. Just relatively the same setup. As far as I can tell, same operators for the most part.
And Evil Genius has changed just a little bit. I mean, they instead of roam clearing over on the art side, over on the south side of the building, downstairs, when they didn't get anyone there, they rotated over to underneath Astro with both of their roam clear. And, well, those 2 players alone just tore the defense apart. And that's it. There's not a whole lot else to say.
Yeah, there's that that tiny little breach that they already had to work with there. Gave them every piece of intel they needed to shut that one down. Really good stuff from EG, and looking consistent right now to try and take this further. But Soniqs does get to rotate back to the original site that they won, however. So this is where things could potentially get tied up.
And that breach was set up by the defenders so that they could shoot the attackers when the attackers are below them, but nobody was actually playing it. So I mean, Goddess rotated to try and play it because she saw that Neptune's wasn't. I think it was Neptune's job. But she then got punished because MVK had already taken the angle. It's just not working out for the Soniqs so far. But like you said, this site right here is where Soniqs managed to win one. So maybe things are about to change.
Yeah, besides like a little bit of an aggressive run out into the main hallway there from Soniqs, like they played this site pretty well. They were able to hold it pretty convincingly against EG. So this one should be able to tie itself up at 2-2, but we'll see.
If I'll be honest though, I feel like EG kind of gave this round to the Soniqs because what happened? 3 people tried to push Neptunes through the breach. He was known in Gun Vault. Everyone pushed him, and everyone lost the fight to him. And you just... Maybe if EG had like tried a few different things, slowed down a little bit, it might have been a different result. I don't know. But yeah, mostly just what I'm saying is Neptunes absolutely just... He just said stop, and EG did.
Well, we've got NVK in through Art Studio once again. And we drone out with some assistance from his teammates to try and move through and get in a position to start working towards the sites themselves. Geo, once again scanning on the IQ, is definitely not going to be able to catch that player in the hallway as he goes past the window since it wasn't on cameras. But might still be able to find a little bit of a fight here as that player is still close by. I believe it might be Super.
He's looking for it. He wants the tussle. But Super's going to play it safe. I think he fell back a little bit there. MVK hits a Legion trap. He is plenty safe to take that out. Super trying to apply some pressure from the hallway. And he keeps running out. Very dangerous, but he's not been punished yet.
You see MVK trying to bait it out one more time by firing into it before he fully peeks this hallway, but he will end up having the safety needed in order to do that. So Super looks like he's learned his lesson from those first 2 peeks and is not going to try his luck with a third one here. We'll sit inside of the site instead and wait for MVK and the rest of the team to get into position. Still 1 minute and 29 seconds left. EG had a good amount of time on the last time they attempted this site as well, but it should be noted they already had one of the walls open by this point. It's not a huge obstacle in the way of getting that wall open, just going to have to throw a Thatcher EMP real quick. They'll be able to breach it open with no trouble whatsoever.
It's taken Evil Geniuses a long time to determine that 90 is clear. Super, once again, just going to run out on the hallway, but it actually works out in the Soniqs' favor because Neptunes gets the refrag. If that had not happened, that would have been just a free kill. But now Ghost is going to add to Soniqs' kill list as they eliminate Necrox. All on low HP, or at least having taken some damage, but still advantage to the Soniqs. Now, the breach is open. Gun Vault is accessible, but this is where Evil Geniuses lost it last time because they all tried to push through this breach, and Neptunes shut them down. Slow PQ from Young. He wants this fight. He's got so little time, so he's going to have to really decide if he's peeking this or not.
30 seconds left here. EG are definitely going to be a little bit timid to move in just through the Thermite hole, as unfortunately that's what killed them in the previous round as well. But this time, it works. They're able to work their way through, and they can attempt to plant. Now, that's not to say it's not going to get stopped. Neptune's once again showing up with another kill, this time against Geo, knocking him out. But the plant will go down. However, this post-plant is going to be difficult. A 2v4 situation. We're going to get just slightly off the angle in order to pick up that first kill. However, they can now move off-site, take up safe positions. It doesn't seem to be the case for Young, however, as he's blown away by Avian, leaving only one player remaining, and even then, we'll see Modiga get taken out as well. Soniqs hold on once again to that second, or that original site that they play onto and tie us up at 2-2.
Caught us bringing out the teabags. Oh boy.
Let's check out the crouch key.
All right, the Soniqs, 2 rounds now on defense, but both Aviator games seeing no success anywhere else. So that's really important. Now, it seems, honestly, like Evil Geniuses just haven't been bringing the right attack strategy for Aviator games. It's just like they're kind of trying to funnel themselves into bottlenecks, and they're losing a lot of manpower in the process. It just seems like they need to maybe come up with something new for that site. Luckily for them, though, they will not have to attack that again. So that's done.
I also, I mean, at this point as well, right, is EG may not have to, like, kind of give anything away at this point about the way that they're attacking that one, as I'm pretty sure they have a lot of confidence that they're still going to be able to win this half overall, going off the merits of the other sites that Sonic's going to have to play onto. Is they're still looking good based on the 2 statuary attacks that they've had so far, and I would imagine that to be the same for this site. But obviously this is still untested ground as far as EG's attack is concerned, so we'll have to see on that. But I think a lot of confidence is in EG right now, and that may be why they didn't really try to change their attack on Aviator games too much away from that kind of default they were running.
Well, it's going to be a kitchen defense now for the Sonics. Like we said earlier, nothing has been really comfortable for the Sonics so far. But I think this is their first time going to kitchen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it is.
So this is definitely an experiment for them, and if they can manage 3 rounds in the first half, that'd be fantastic. If 4, that'd be amazing. But so far, it just hasn't seemed like they've got it, and anywhere other than where we just were. So, we'll see. Super has not relented with his aggression throughout this entire half. He just won't stop. He is taking every fight. You can feel his lack of care.
Caution.
Caution. That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
So he is going to try to run out there initially. Does throw a late Valve Cam as well over into the trees right by some of the windows that leap into study. And we'll see what kind of info he can get off that late round. Probably not going to be able to find too much. EG have already moved pretty quickly to the inside of the main building itself and are looking to clear out the second floor.
I mean, they've done that. Second floor clear.
There you go.
Whether they know it or not. They're droning it right now to be sure. They're going to put up somebody on the staircases to make sure that nobody's going to retake this, now that they have it. I mean, it just seems like the defense didn't want to spend too much time upstairs worrying about those roamers.
So this is going to be EG, once again, with a lot of time in order to execute. Just a matter of them needing to get it set up now and as well get the appropriate first floor control that they also need. Thankfully, though, that shouldn't be too much of an effort now that they have full second floor control. Can easily take up positions leveraging out from either the outside of the building, down those very back stairs, leading pretty quickly into one of the sites, or, of course, by going down red stairs as well. EG have their pick. It's just now all about when they want to push for this.
VK opening up some angles there by the kitchen entrance. Evil Genius is now using this vertical control to their advantage. Sure, they'll have a lot of breach charges, the sledge and all that. The sledge actually goes downstairs. Interesting. But they'll still be able to open up a good amount of the site from above. And if not even kill the anchors, then you're going to pressure them and force them to rotate, and that's really important. See why the sledge rotated downstairs? He was trying to nade somebody he thought of might have rotated into the storage. It was not the case. MVK sees a target, but cannot land the shot in time. Just general work being done upstairs. I think that actually was somebody playing aggressive. No, somebody downstairs for the defense. Necrox from above will take down Ghost, so the vertical pressure already working out for Evil Geniuses. Neptune's trying to retake into the site. It's playing Pulse, so there's a C4 from below, potentially, as this round continues to play out. Nobody watching red stairs, which has allowed Super to retake up into the hallway, but he could be shut down upon it. Seems like they're aware of his position now, as the pre-aim is out here from Necrox, but Super has already fallen back.
Super well and gone back into the site, especially with the low time situation. Again, this is 2.5 minutes gone by. We only got 1 player dead. Now 2 as Super finally jumps back into the action. Only goes 1 for 1, though, as Necrox is able to strike back. That castle barricade is going to be a potential problem now for these guys, but it seems like the rest of the team is ready to move in. Goddess will shut down Geo on the other side. Also, Neptune's with a double again. Neptune's continuing to save his team round after round. Young left alone. He can't do it, though, and Sonics now take the lead with their success here on the downstairs site. Seems as though EG did not have as much confidence as they thought, and Sonics can play on these other sites too.
That was a really big round from Neptunes. But not just Neptunes. Also, Super in the hallway got that 1 kill, and he managed to keep the momentum. We started the momentum actually being in his team's favor. Also, we had the player inside of Memorial with that SAS shotgun managing to get 1 as well. So good job to the Sonics as a whole for just having a good round on the hold in the site. No vertical destruction, of course, above Memorial, so there's not a lot that Evil Geniuses could have done about the anchors that are now playing in that position, and they held the site using the long angles. Neptune's playing in the storage there he was accounted for. That's the interesting thing. They did anticipate somebody being in storage, but they timed their nade really poorly. Because you remember the sledge came down there to nade it from the window.
Attackers need to locate
At that
and
point,
defuse
Neptunes
as
was
many
still in the
bombs as
basement.
they
And since
can.
he's playing Pulse, he knows what's happening. He knows he's being pressured from the window. And he could probably hear the nade coming. So, like, yeah. Good setup there from the Sonics on the kitchen defense. If they end this in the 4-2, then suddenly the forecast is looking a little bit different.
Yeah, this could be a completely different game, a potentially surprising one as well. A lot of that's coming from Neptunes right now. Has really been keeping his team alive, and especially in the mid-round, in my opinion. Every time, you know, or at least a lot of the times we've had trades happening, it's been Neptunes at the forefront of that. Really kind of just been always in these fights for his team. So my eyes are on him right now to keep his team in this and continuously bring the fragging power to the table.
I don't know how many kills exactly he has. He's been contributing a lot for his team so far through this match, but where does he stand is the real question.
Set up some punch holes for him to try and work with here too from behind the desk. So he's going to do that, but yeah, Neptune's, oh my god!
11 kills, guys.
Yeah, but it's not even that, right? It's like, look at, he has more kills than the rest of his teammates combined, almost by a double margin.
And then look at this. Geo is the only player other than NVK and Neptunes who has broken past 2 kills.
Whew.
It's NVK versus Neptunes right now.
Basically, yeah.
That's what it feels like. And the fact that Super managed to kill NVK in that last round in the hallway because he was in a weird spot, yeah, it was a really big kill.
Big kill indeed. So, into yet another round. Once again, Neptune is probably going to have to show up here big time as it is back to that trophy statuary. So far, Sonics have not had success here yet. They've tried it 2 times in this half. This is going to be the 3rd time.
Well, if this ends 3-3, then that's still okay for Evil Geniuses. But I could totally see this going the way of Sonics. The way this is set up right now, EG has suddenly become more cautious. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they're playing a lot safer than they were earlier. A lot less brazen, and that's risky business there for Evil Geniuses. That's not necessarily a good thing, so if you're EG. Could actually favor the defense in this situation. We'll see. Evil Geniuses from below trying to do something, but actually I think they just gave up just now. They gave up on trying to take Astro Stairs.
So they're going to fall back from that one, at least in the case of NVK, that's true, as he pushes himself back away. Super with the double Nitro Cell kill against Necrox and Young, however, finding them on the Master Hop-In just as they were starting to take control, and even worse, that is going to be Diffuser on the ground. Geo, at the very minimal, will be able to take out Super as he picks up Diffuser once again, but very well played by him to be able to put EG on the back foot once again for this round.
Bomb has been located.
Well, the safe play from EG not working out great as Ghost adds to the tally. There's 2 for him, and it's just Geo, but that's his second. He's going to have to ace, but, I mean, we talked about it earlier. He's been doing really well. I don't think he's going to expect anyone to his right here, though, and there's an SAS operator in Avian just holding a hard angle, and whoa, the missed shotgun blast! There's 3 from Avian! That was almost really bad for the Sonics, but they win it out, and ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is defense of Villa, but that's still a 4-2 split for the Sonics in the first half.
Sonics with a very convincing half, especially in the later portions of it. It did kind of seem like it was going to trend towards EG pretty convincingly after the first 3 rounds had been played out. But Sonics proving me wrong in that respect there. Very nice play from them to be able to bring things back on multiple sites and to be able to take a pretty commanding lead here going into the second half. Now they jump on to attack, though, and this is where things get a whole lot more difficult for the guys on the Sonics. You get a little bit of a caveira pick there, but as you might expect, that'll be 6 picked out very quickly by Geo towards the Echo.
All right. So that passive play that we were seeing from Evil Geniuses there, where they slowed it down, allowed for the C4 to happen. That's why it came out, is because they were too slow. They were easy to line up a C4 on, target and destroy, and it worked out really well for the Sonics. The rest of the Sonics came alive, by the way. It wasn't just Neptunes in that round. In fact, he didn't even get any kills. He got no kills in that round, so good job to the Sonics for starting to really wake up. 4-2 is it's the slight edge defensive side on Villa. It's not an outright win, but it is the slight edge because you have the advantage, but you couldn't. Yeah, an outright win is like 5-1. So good job to Sonics. They did win that half in a good sense. Evil Geniuses, not impossible to recover at this point, though.
5 seconds left.
And have to keep that in mind.
Definitely not, especially if we see a swift cleanup from them to take both of the upstairs sites back to back. Already right there, we'd be at a tie game, and then it's just a matter of them trying to claim at least one of those downstairs sites, which I would expect Kitchen to be pretty much ready to go here for EG. Either way, though, we've got Soniqs out once again. Quite a bit of utility, mind you. We have a Capital finally being picked here. He's actually been unbanned for quite a lot of the matches tonight, but hasn't been picked too much here. So Super is finally going to bring him into the fold.
It's good to see it from Super, as, yeah, he is an operator of great import, and not having him be played when he's unbanned is really odd. Well, Soniqs looking to take into study here to start this attack. And they have actually already taken control of top main stairs.
Neptunes, in the meanwhile, running around, will start to clear things out downstairs, and most importantly, set that Claymore up to prevent the run-up against these guys and the potential flank later on in the round here. Super also going to be able to move in very quickly and take up 90 control to work with, but there's a Yokai Drone that pushes onto him. However, he's still able to win the duel against NVK. A second player now going to push in, and finally this time, Modiga gets the trade against Super, and most importantly, knocks out the Capital before any of his bolts can have effectiveness here.
Really big kill there from Modiga, but he did take a little bit of damage. Super, a big round from him. However, he did just lose out his fire bolts and smoke bolts for this round, so those are not going to influence the round moving forward, and that's really substantial. Now, both teams have done... Oh... An aggressive angle being played from the Kaid. He can shoot your foot and do a good amount of damage on this angle. Young is the perfect operator to play this. But yes, as I was about to say, both teams have been really favoring opening up the gun vault, or the games room wall instead of the aviator wall, which is interesting. It's different than what we usually see here. It's, I guess, this match and the last even.
It makes sense though, I guess, because if you don't actually have the top of red stairs under your control, you can still pinch it from the other hallway, potentially still by moving in through that wall.
They're both good. They're both good. Like, you can open up either one. It's just, it shifts between which it is. And right now they're on the games room one. Anyway, another pick here, this time off of Neptunes, and suddenly Evil Geniuses find themselves a man down. They have some control over their own site, but not an alarmingly high amount, and that's a very aggressive play from Geo, but it somewhat works out. Evil Geniuses are managing to keep the right refrags going, but since the Soniqs have the man advantage, they will keep it in their favor. A little feet shot there onto Necrox, and Avian gets some free damage in, making this harder, but Necrox gets it down and to finish off thanks to his gas canisters. Now, he doesn't have any more, and his position has just been given away. SMG out, he goes for the aggressive peek, but loses it. Avian winning the round once again in the 1v1. And Soniqs, they're a round away from match point against EG.
They're making a run at this right now. Great stuff again from them, though, on that attack. EG just unfortunately not meeting. They need to pick up these kills here, even with some advantages. Like, they get the initial advantage. They take out the Capital, most importantly, and basically like hunt him down at the beginning of the round. And despite removing that very key piece of the execute utility, Sonic still gets the job done.
Yeah, they're on defense, too, and that site is just usually... They even denied the games room wall getting opened up to an influential amount. Like, it was open, sure, you can shoot through it, but you're not going to go through that wall. And that was most of the engagements in that round came in the west hallway, and the Soniqs just managed to keep the man advantage because of Super's efforts. Yet again, honestly, it's weird because he keeps getting that lead-off kill that sets the dominoes going in his team's favor, as you would have said earlier. So it's like, it's yeah, no, it's been a good match so far from the Soniqs. I mean, Super's not doing a crazy amount of stuff, right? Mostly it's Neptunes overall. But he's getting that lead-off kill so often because of how aggro he's playing. And he is playing absurdly aggro. He's just always going.
It's got mixed results too, but I mean, like, if you're looking at it from a trend, like the last few rounds, it's always generally been working out for him. At minimum, gives his team intel to work off of there. So Soniqs in a great position. We are going to see that same site reattempted once more here by Evil Geniuses, as they did come close, but unfortunately faltered at the execute there. So some quick changes hopefully will work for them to be able to come back into this.
All right, so Evil Geniuses do not change their sights. They're sticking to what they think what they're confident on. And
this is dangerous potentially, right? Because of how convincingly it seems Sonic was still able to close out that round. If we end up in a similar situation and Sonics just take this one, all right, EG's now got to run 4 rounds straight, and they can't really play in aviation games anymore, but they're going to have to go back to it eventually, even if they find success on another site.
Okay, so Evil Geniuses this season have beaten a lot of really big teams, in the second half too, no less. They've managed to get themselves on the upper hand over Reciprocity. They beat them in the first Playday second half, and they also beat TSM, which is big. And they're also going to get the leadoff pick in this round onto none other than the Hard Breacher. The aggression really working out for Necrox, and I gotta say, that might be the right call, because when EG starts playing passive, it starts working against them. Anyway, the point I was trying to get at is that Evil Geniuses have been doing great this season, and it's weird to see them falter right here and now.
Yeah, it's very strange indeed. We'll have to see if that will come to pass now, as it's kind of starting to seem all but likely. This round may be the teller for if that's actually going to happen. Super, though, same thing. Entries in right through the 90 window. He's going to try to hold this.
It's going to have to be the teller, as if the Sonics win, then they will put themselves on match point. So that would be no-win situation for Evil Geniuses. NVK gets the C4 onto Super, though, so it's not looking great for the Sonics now, after Necrox and NVK's efforts have been applied. Ghost, though, in the site. He gets refragged by Necrox, and now it's going to be that refrag fest we've been talking about. The back and forth, the constant back and forth. But because the man advantage is for the defense, it might not matter. But no, it's 2 in a row for Sonics, and suddenly they're planting. Avian is planting the diffuser, but there is an Yokai drone. It misses! The plant goes down! Though advantage to the defenders, and they will finish off these last 2 attackers. Evil Geniuses just barely skate by in that round, despite some seriously hilarious mistakes.
Very good thing that they were able to get as much damage onto those 2 remaining players earlier in the round as they did, as those closeouts are thankfully made just a bit quicker, and they're able to take out the members of the Sonics before they can escape to really good post-plant positions. The only mistake their Sonics make is going for the plant without really secure ground to work off of in post-plant, as otherwise that should have easily been their round and send them right up to 6-3. Not going to be the case, though. Evil Geniuses finally catch some success there on the Aviation and Game site, and now they will be able to move over to Trophy Statuary for their second site.
Okay, so good on Evil Geniuses. They managed to win their site. Congratulations. But oh wow, did they come close to losing that. They let the man advantage slip away when they allowed the Sonics to keep the pressure going and take out the player who was outside of Aviator. Now that player's job was to, 1, hold red stairs, 2, deny plant in Aviator. Once that was gone, and it was on the swing of the advantage going towards the Sonics, then yeah, okay, it's plant city for them. However, Yokai drone's in play. The IQ of Super was C4'd earlier in the round, so the Yokai drones are not being countered. You'd think Sonics are going to not be able to get the plant down, but then they do. But then somehow in the post-plant, Evil Geniuses rally back. So it's just this mess of a round. And I can't say that it really should have favored anyone. It was messy.
While getting into round number 9 now, this will be the first time EG attempt the Trophy Statuary hold. And Sonics their first time attacking it. We should mind you that Sonics did not have the greatest results defending this site, but shouldn't have too much effectiveness on their attacking side either, so we'll just see how well things are going to play out. Yokai's now being set up there by Young, and Sonics being let out. If they get into positions, we can see quite a few players already working their way in through Mudroom, and a few more up onto the side balcony here, and are going to start pushing in, potentially take control of this window. You got 3-4 players in position right here.
A rush strat? I think this is it's a rush strat from the Sonics, and they're going in. They've got site control. Avian gets the lead-in kill. Necrox has punished Neptunes, but it doesn't matter. The Sonics could plant, but no! Avian tries to go into Astro for some reason, but that doesn't even matter because the Sonics have man advantage. We're on match point! Sonics, what the heck? Evil Genius is falling apart.
That's one way to get it done.
What the heck?
Sonics quite literally rushed their way into match point, putting 3 players on top of that side balcony and going in through the connector window. They literally rush the trophy site and are able to take control of yet another round. Sonics, this is one way to show stop, and we'll have to see if they can complete the task. Now, one more round is all that separates them from a win against Evil Geniuses, the last place team against the second place team. And the last place team right now about to win it and get their, I think it's their second win of the season, right?
Yeah, I'd be their second. That would...
Against
boy.
EG. Against EG.
EG, guys.
All teams.
This has got to be a little bit of, like a drop of underestimation. Just a tad. Because I mean, and also the absolute just no care in the world from the Sonics.
Yeah.
The lack of caution is how you would have put it, and I think that was more appropriate earlier, but after that I don't think they care. I think they're just like, hey, you know what? Whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, oh well. But it's match point now, guys. Oh, man. All right. The rush strat.
Soniqs, otherwise known as the cornered animal in Pro League right now, trying their best to fight and stay alive in this league. And they're making a good case for themselves with this game right now. About to pull a massive upset out of their hat with a 7-3 win, potentially, against EG.
Guys, they had I think it was, what, 15% of people?
It was 9.
It was 9?
I think 9% of people thought they were going to win, and like 6% thought it was going to be a tie, if I remember
I
correctly.
think it was 4 on the tie.
Yeah, I think you're right,
It was
actually.
4, and then it was 9. Okay, so almost everyone thought this was going to be a surefire win for EG, which means now, officially, after that last round, almost everyone is wrong. Oh, man. I mean, I was wrong. I would have expected EG.
Yeah. Now both of us, right? Because,
Yeah.
I mean, right at the beginning, we were like, it's EG's the favorite here, no doubt.
I don't tend to make predictions, but I would have expected, for sure.
Same for me. I would have 100% predicted EG on this one, and something like a 6-2, 6-3, like the opposite scoreline of what we have now, essentially.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, well, Ghost has made his way into Piano. Now, the only question is this going to be a long slog to get to the end in the draw? And Gio is saying, yes, please, I'll have that. Or are the Sonics going to show us more miracle plays and bring this all the way to a 7-3? I think the draw is definitely very possible. I think EG they're probably going to wake up at some point and go, whoa, wait a minute. We can't let this happen. And they did. They just gave up what should have been, what most people thought would be 2 free points at the minimum.
No longer going to be the case. At most, they're looking at the tie for that 1 point, or even worse, a 0+ if we end up seeing the Sonics close out just one more round. They've got this one and 2 others to play around with here before we end up in that tie situation.
Ghost breaking the barbed wire. Now he has an access point into Statuary. Gas canisters coming out to counter. The EMP might get one of the Yokais. Avian on the IQ is still in play, so he's looking for those. He'll call them out to his team whenever he spots them. Even if he can't shoot them, he'll know. Ghost applying some pressure to the B-bomb side as well. He'll open that doorway once he gets to a comfortable spot. Meanwhile, it looks like the wall in Master is going to be opened up thanks to the Habana. Red Stairs called out. Avian gets the angle. Jaeger doesn't know. This could be a free kill for Avian, but he doesn't get aggressive enough. And no, now he's realized, oh, they know where I am, and he'll fall back. That's going to favor Evil Geniuses. Neptunes finally shuts down Gio, who had gotten 2 kills in that round, but still man advantage for Evil Geniuses. Plant going down by Ghost.
There should be no Yokai, unfortunately, not going to work out under this circumstances, and they walk away at the wrong time. NVK and Necrox both pick up kills into that situation. And we'll see Neptunes now the player left alone. He's got 25 seconds left to attempt to clutch out a 1v4 situation. And this is not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination here. He's got to try to bring out something if he wants to close this out here. Otherwise, we will go to the next round. There's the first for Neptunes, but the other 3 will not be found as he is picked off from the backside by NVK, and EG still stay in fighting shape here as they sit 2 rounds away from tying this.
All right. Well, no crazy stuff happening, which means my voice doesn't have to break again. And that means that we will have Evil Geniuses still in this as well. They're going to be on the defense for the remainder of this match, and they're going to be able to just cruise through this if they play it right. But that's a big if, because for the most part, they haven't been playing it amazing. Like, they've been leaving a lot of holes in their defense. That rush strat only worked because nobody was in trophy. That last round, Evil Geniuses managed to make that happen because they were holding everything diligently, which props to them for not leaving any gaps that round.
So we will get into the round in just a moment here. So far, it's definitely a very exciting game at the minimum here with Sonics bringing these rush strats and as well as some other crazy stuff to the table here. That's been seemingly working against Evil Geniuses of all teams. EG, though, now also get to go back to Aviation and Games. 1-1 record so far on this site for this half, so this one could really go either direction. Sonics do need to kind of change up their playstyle a little bit, as it seemed on the second attempt, EG had the read as to Sonics' attack, at least when it came to Super. We'll see if this is going to work out for them.
A couple key moments that have just been going in the favor of Evil Geniuses, like the Jaeger coming up from Red Stairs, Neptune's individual, not Neptune's individual performance, but actually Geo's individual performance in that last round. Just some, these little edges that EG managed to cling to and ride to the win. I don't know if they're... Here's the thing. If they win this, okay, yeah, they bring it up to 5-6, but then they're going to have to go to Kitchen to win, which I don't think we've seen them do yet. They've been sticking to their Trophy Aviator. So it is going to be something different for EG if they can get the draw.
We'll see if that'll be the case. We got to get through this round first.
Yeah.
Where Soniqs have already found success. Neptune's just busting open the paneling there, leading into the study. Keep his team in position to execute. Good if he needs to wrap around and take that up should they have to deal with some presence at the top of the stairs. As you can see, though, not really much of that. We do have a Yokai drone right on the ramp leading into the side hall, though, and that could be dangerous if Soniqs continue to paint this aggressive picture that they've been doing throughout the rest of this half. It's not looking like Neptune's going to push into it, though, and he would be the prime one to do it, I believe, for him or the Zofia. Ah, they do actually end up spawning it. So the Yokai is going to be dealt with this time and will not trip up the player. That ends up pushing into 90.
So far, it's just been a juggle here from Young. He's trying to deny as much as he can. He's done a decent job of it so far. He actually did get one set with one of his Electric Claws, which is good. It's a good start. But one of these holes is going to get opened up. Now, this hole being opened up means that Young can easily impact Trick, the breach. So more expansion on that hole is unlikely from Goddess. Is what we saw the last time the Soniqs were here. But to be fair, Soniqs did win this last time, so not the end of the world for them. Oh, Ghost is in sight once again. Is there information on him? There's got to be a Yokai drone calling this out. Ghost sees an enemy but doesn't shoot because he wants to retain his position. Geo gets a TK onto Young. I have no idea why that happened. The peek, though, from Necrox will get a kill on a Ghost, so Insight presence done away with.
That's a trade, I guess, at the end of the day. As Ghost is still going to end up with a 1-for-1 exchange for that one. Soniqs, though, now need to find a man in the site, and unfortunately, they don't have that anymore with the death of Ghost. Rest of the team, though, getting a lot of intel, mainly off that drone that just snuck its way to the inside of the site. Neptune's at the door, ready to wait for a red stairs peek, but no, Modiga gets the better of it instead. Neptune's was ready to take the fight, but it doesn't matter. EG also still with the hold on 90. Modiga just shutting them down player by player right now, as we're on to just Avian along with Goddess to try and clutch this out. 2v4, 30 seconds remain as well. Goddess will make a little bit of noise. That's going to be a bait that'll work to bring Modiga into the open. However, Goddess picks up that first kill, looking for another one here over by the gun vault, but she can't hold this angle for too long, otherwise that 90 wrap's going to come out, and there we go. Goddess will go down. Everything onto Avian here in a 1v3 situation. He does have the Echo down onto the ground, but can he kill the player on the inside of the gun vault? Yes, he can, but it'll also be at the cost of his own death. So EG, hold on once again and pick up another round.
We are now so close to a draw, which in of itself, impressive for the Soniqs. But still a letdown somehow for Evil Geniuses. No matter what, this match is a letdown for Evil Geniuses, and they lose out on some potential. That last round was incredibly intense because EG, once more, left a gap in their defense. They keep leaving holes. But that's not the worst sin. The worst was the TK. It was pretty bad. I thought, honestly, I was thinking to myself, that's going to cause the team to fall apart.
That's what I was thinking, too. I was thinking that was going to cause a lot of issues, but no. Unfortunately, we didn't really see Soniqs jump on that opportunity.
Yeah.
Ghost as well. Ghost, to be fair, you got to give him credit for, the trigger discipline he had in the site there. He got, 2 or 3 different opportunities to try and get a quick headshot off on a player and kill them, but he didn't have those players fully exposed, so there was a pretty good chance he also didn't kill them if he fired. And he was very smart to restrain his aim for as long as he did. Unfortunately, he waited a little bit too long, and they figured him out and were able to take him down on the first duel he took. But you still have to respect his capability to kind of wait for the right opportunity in that situation.
Yeah. He got taken out because Necrox had information on him. There was definitely a Yokai drone in that site. Just because of how quickly Ghost made it into sight. You got to imagine if Ghost was waited a little bit for the IQ to clear out the Yokai drones, different result maybe, but not the case. Well, it's kitchen defense for Evil Geniuses on the last round of this match. If EG wins here, of course, they will both teams be taking home 1 point. Now, if that is the case, it will be actually pretty big for the Soniqs, not going to lie, because it'll put them at 5, which is, they need as many points as they can get because their next best team, or the next highest team is TSM with 8, who's currently sitting in 7th still underneath Rogue. But yeah, 1 point's better than none for Soniqs. They guaranteed themselves that. They want 3, obviously, but that wouldn't even put them close to 7th. Whereas Evil Geniuses, this match is going to allow, it already has, it will allow other teams to catch up to them in 2nd place.
And so we will get into this next round here now, already about 40 seconds into it. As you might expect, things are quite quiet for the time being. We did, as you mentioned before, have to move downstairs for this final site, and that's part of the problem for EGs. They haven't played into this on defense just yet. Also important, Soniqs brought the Lion out, so we do have him in play as well as the first scan just rang out. Remember, he's got 3 of them now, so still 2 more to come in the future. Avian strikes first, however, and finds Modiga.
That's a really big win. Modiga has been an influential character for Evil Geniuses, and not having him any longer is going to be very, very important. Soniqs, you could see even they... Remember when Evil Geniuses started playing passive? Now it's the Soniqs. They're starting to slow down and think about what they're doing, because now they realize, oh wow, we've got the advantage in this round. We could just win this. We can get 3 points and get closer to clawing our way out of relegation spot. It's gonna be rough though. Go ahead.
There's the second scan coming out from the Lion. This time starting to get a little bit lower. Soniqs again. You can see Ghost right at the precipice of being able to take this duel on the inside of Memorial. There's Geo. Sits right around the corner. Whether Ghost realizes that or not yet, though, still to be seen as he wraps in here. But the rest of EG back in the site now, wanting to play this just on anchors alone. So they will not be taking any unnecessary risks.
They have very little control outside of their little burrow in sight. Here comes the push, though, into the site. NVK gets 1 on the entry, Geo another. It's looking like a draw suddenly, but we do have 1 on the ground for Evil Geniuses. Finished off is Necrox. NVK is still alive, but on low HP. C4 goes out, but misses. 2 players inside a kitchen. Oh, Avian comes from behind, only gets 1, though. No C4 on Young, so he can't indirectly deny. It's going to be all on Geo and his timing to come from behind. The plank going down behind the B-bomb. That's got to be called out, and there it is, the denial from Geo. Super, the last one alive on Lion. Can he make it happen? No flashes, no EE1Ds. It's going to have to be just the gunplay. With only 25 seconds left, he'll have to work a miracle. Doesn't see the enemy in Memorial. He's going to get the initial frag, but no! Wrong moment to look away. He doesn't get anything, and Evil Geniuses secure the draw.
Obviously not the result we thought we were going to get out of this matchup, but EG do rally back into it. After falling behind at one point, I think we were at like 5-3, and it was looking, or 6-3 potentially, and it was looking like we would have had a closeout there from the folks on Soniqs, but it would not be the case. They could not claim that 7th round. EG bring it back with 3 rounds in a row, and with that, they are able to take control of a draw